Hi folks, in today's demonstration I'd like to show you how to create a force motor and specify some preferences for force motor. So I have prepared some example, this assembly, but I need to assign some couple of components here. So I will assemble the wheel, and if you would like to place the wheel and you would like to spin this model, around the axis, something like this, you need to place the object as the pin connection. If you would like to use the pin connection, it's necessary to select the surfaces or two axes, and then you cannot move to the left and right. So you can specify the translation. So please specify the translation, and for example I will use like this and with some offset values. So for example 5, or maybe 2, fine, great. So first component is specified and I will confirm, and what is good that right now the first component is placed and you can check if the mechanism is working. So the pin connection is constrained correctly, and we can add the second component, and I will add the second component. It will be the stone. And we know that we would like to place the stone here. I'd like to move it to the left and right, so I will use the slider, and if you check, the slider asks for the axis, so you can use two axes. So for example over here is the first one and second one is here. Maybe I can use the filter and system automatically allow to me to select axis. So you can drag where you want, and then you need to set the orientation. So I'd like to set the orientation that this surface and that surface will be parallel. System automatically measure the distance, and then you can specify the maximum minimum. So it's up to you if you will select, for example, this surface and over here that surface, and the system will specify the placement. So it's up to you. You can do it. You can specify minimum, maximum, or current position. It's up to you. For more detail, please check the previous tutorial how to work and place the object by slider. The component what we miss here is the arm, so I will put the additional component arm, and we can simply again, first of all, I will use the functionality, the pin connection, and pin connection will be this surface will be aligned with this cylindrical surface, and again we would like to center on the over here, so you can use the components. You can use the datum plane or directly surfaces. So so it's up to you. And again, for example, you would like to place some small distance of 0.5, something really smaller one. I don't want to have a connection here. It's not necessary, but it's possible. But right now, if you will finish it, the system will only spin and it's not connected here. So what you need to do is you need to set up new set, and in new set, I don't need to specify the pin connection here, because this is necessary only move around the cylindrical surfaces. So you can change the pin to cylinder, and cylinder means that you will select again two axes or two cylindrical surfaces. And now everything is defined. So if I will confirm, you can see here that I can check my mechanism, and if I will use the drag component, I can spin the wheel and everything will go like I need. Okay, but our question is that we would like to drive this mechanism not by servo motor, that you will have a specification of the servo motors, but we would like to specify the force motor. So jump into application mechanism, and then over here is possible to set the force motor. Force motor is possible to set for the translation and rotation. I will choose this rotation connection axis, and over here you see that system automatically jump, that is the torque, driven quantity is torque. And for example, if I will select the one here, you see that is the constant, but for force motor I don't want to use the force constant profile. I will use the ramp, and you can specify the coefficient for the ramp. So for example, 1 and 10, and you can see that in the time the magnitude will grow. You can have a look on the different kind of the function type. I have created and explained it in the previous tutorials, or function type which is possible to use. So please check the previous tutorial also. Fine. Force motor is definite. I can confirm. And if you would like to set up the initial condition where the system will start, you can create the drag components, create a snapshot, and then use the initial condition. I will jump directly to analysis, and I will create new analysis. Will be not position, but it will be dynamic. And in the motor, you can see that I'm using the just definite motor, the force motor. And if you would like to set up the gravity or the friction, you can set up the friction for the pin connection on, for example, and run analyze. So, and sorry, I will change the duration, for example, 40 seconds, and frame per second will be 30. Yeah. So if I will run analysis, the system will go and move by force motor. By configuration option, you can set that you would like to see the clock, and the system will count, and you can see that everything is working correctly. Yeah. So I will wait while the system will finish. Perfect. And if I will close this window, I'd like to show you more, so you can jump in the measurements. Yeah. And in the measurements, it's possible to create new measurements. You can see here that it's possible to check the position, velocity, acceleration, and so on. So try to set the, for example, position, and you can choose the point or motion axis. So for example, I'd like to see the position of this point. And please specify the additional attributes for the components or evaluation method, and choose the actual definition. And if you will select the measurements and the analysis, what has been done directly, you can jump in the graph, and you will see the graphical visualization, and you can check the speed and time and measurements and magnitude and so on. So please check and analyze your custom assembly, and please leave a comment under the video, like tutorial, and send some donation. In this video tutorial, you have seen how it's possible to set the force motor and specify the custom measurements. Thank you, and bye-bye. Vladimir.